really need to get it out of our heads that soccer is a small sport in America. This is the most pervasive myth, right? And I think the myth that holds us back most from reaching our true potential as a soccer nation. And this, for me, certainly was the main myth I believed when I thought about American soccer and its future and potential. I thought we simply needed time. I looked around at the rest of the world and I saw all these great clubs and open systems, and I thought, okay, well, they're 100 plus years old, so we simply need our system from the 1990s on to get 80, 90, 100 years under its belt, and then we can finally be serious about competing with these great clubs and open systems around the world. But it's simply not true when you simply take a look at the facts of our nation. We have all of the tools that we need to leverage ourselves into a global superpower position, from a club, national team, and player development standpoint. We have 25 plus million players. I think that was last measured in 2006 by FIFA. So you think about that 25 million number, and it's probably much higher. I think 20 million of that number was unregistered players. So you think about the potential that we are missing out on, or the players that are falling through the cracks or that are overlooked by our American soccer system. And then you think about fans. Well, you don't normally think of soccer as a big sport in the U.S. or one of the main sports or top sport in the U.S., but in reality, it may just be the number one sport in America when you pull all of the country together, different areas, and our soccer first demographic is kind of sprinkled around the country, maybe in different pockets. It's not seen in the mainstream, so to speak, on broadcast news channels or ESPN main sports channels. You don't really notice that because, well, what do they cover? They cover the foreign soccer that we're all into, and then a little bit of our failing closed franchise domestic system, which, yeah, of course, it's unpopular with most of our soccer first demographic here in America. So it's no wonder that the main sports media outlets here don't cover it. No one cares, and no one will care until we have an open system with promotion and relegations. So all the tools are here, and then of course we have the wealth and infrastructure that's unrivaled by the rest of the world. We've sent a man to the moon. You don't think we can figure out a way to set up an open system in the right way? I mean, come on, it's easy in comparison to that. This is not rocket science here. It's simple. Set a timeline 5 years down the road. We tell all clubs to prepare. We sanction open leagues accordingly, pull sanctions from leagues that don't want to participate in the promotion relegation pyramid, and boom, we go. So another testament to America's massive soccer potential is all of this expansion. You look at the last decade or so of Major League Soccer in Division I, and any positive energy they've had really is just from expanding. So, figuring out ways to get new cities excited, new areas excited about potentially capturing a Division I place. It's that promotion incentive. Everyone wants a place in Division I. If you walk into a city like Nashville or Detroit and you say, hey, you might be able to get a place in Division I, a team in Division I, of course, that's going to galvanize a lot of excitement. And then, of course, MLS in its position in Division I is basically able to take any competition below it. If it gets to a point where it's a threat, they can just buy out or absorb that threat by saying, hey, you're doing pretty good down in Division II, Division III, NASL, USL, but here we've got this Division I place for you. Come let us absorb you and become part of MLS. And of course, when D1 is on the line, it's no wonder MLS has such great leverage and bargaining power. And then you look at outside of MLS, the growth in the American soccer lower divisions, despite the glass ceiling above them, is amazing. It's just a testament that not only do the lower divisions continue to exist, but they're also growing at a decent rate. New leagues forming, clubs growing stronger, particularly in the third, fourth tiers now in American soccer. We're starting to really build a good base, even when there's no incentive to invest. And that just shows you the passion and the love for the game the American people have, that they're still putting in the time, effort, energy to build something, even though there's really no business incentive or ROI, return on investment, to doing so. So now just imagine if you open the market, that's going to multiply this pursuit of excellence by thousands. So we are barely scratching the surface with our USA soccer potential. So we must dispel the myth that soccer is a baby sport here. We've had over a century of soccer history here in America. And even if you want to say, well, MLS, we need to give it more time. Well, when you think about it, it's had, what are we looking at, 20 plus years now with exclusive control over Division I. If it and its brands or outlets are not ready to enter an open system at this point, well, then we need to start looking at, well, is MLS really the way forward? If it really needs to ride on these training wheels for 100 years and have this exclusive monopoly over the entire American soccer market in order to sustain itself, that's bogus. If you look at the rapid growth for our love for foreign soccer ever since we've been connected to it via the internet and television, the numbers are off the charts. When foreign club friendlies come here to the States, they're packed. Ratings here for foreign club soccer are high. Well, our love for the MLS model, with no great clubs or no clubs at all, and no consequences for failure, well, those ratings and interest in that model are as low as ever in comparison to the American soccer market pie as a whole. So soccer is not a baby sport. It's well established, and it's ready to align itself with the rest of the world. We need to run our soccer like the rest of the world. If we want to be like the rest of the world or compete with them or surpass them, we've got to look at what they do. They match the essence of soccer, which is inclusion and opportunity for all. All people and clubs have a fair chance at greatness. So if you like this video, make sure to share it out across social media and also subscribe right here to my channel. And I'll talk to you soon.